Hey folks, today I'm doing a quick video on a baby gate or a dog gate. We're doing this for our dog. We're gonna make it about 3 feet high and some cool patterns for the inside. I'm not sure what it's gonna be called, but you'll see it when it's done. Or I'll overlay a picture here of what it'll look like, but should be a fun, quick little project. I'm just gonna probably pocket hole screw it all together. We'll paint it white and be done with it. Some quick latches, shouldn't be too big of a project. So join me here as I do some sawing, some drilling, and some cutting. Let's get started. I've got the square laid out of the general length and width of this gate. It's going to be 36 inches tall by 36 inches wide roughly. I think I've sanded it down a little bit from there, but that's the general idea. I'm now going to pocket hole these into these. That wasn't supposed to happen. I guess I didn't tighten that down very well. Oh yeah, that's pretty dang close for me. I'm not too good at making things square. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's cut these middle slats. All right guys, so I modeled this up in Fusion 360. Sorry I don't have a screen recording software just yet, but that's what the basic thing's gonna look like. These are angled at 60 degrees, as you can see down here. So I'm just using the speed square, pivot there, 60 degrees there, and getting it so it looks kind of close. That's close enough for me. Then there's a 4-inch spacing between each one, and then we'll just, you know, build it out from there. And then we'll do the same with these slots, which are like 30 degrees in that direction. So should be quick, should be easy. I'll make some cuts, screw it together, and get this done. All right guys, I got a few pieces there cut out. I changed my game plan just a teeny bit. I was originally doing like 30 and 60 degree angles, but thinking about it, that's not the easiest thing to do. I made a jig and the circular saw just didn't cut it very well. I couldn't get it to perfect. I must have did like 4 cuts, wasted a couple boards. Anyway, I remembered I had this little, I guess a miter cutting jig thing. So it only has 90 and 45s, so switching my design to 45. I think it still looked pretty good. As you can see there, it's coming out good. So I'm working on all these 45 degree angles. It's coming along pretty nicely. They've come together much better than the circular saw was cutting, so I'm just cutting them by hand. You know, whatever. It's not that thick of wood. So let me get back to it. I'll show you a couple of these 45 degree cuts. So I'm just cutting an end here, and then I'll go over and measure it in a second. Let's see, will I hit you? How does this look? That might be better. I bought that little thing on one of my previous projects. Didn't end up using it because the saw didn't fit that I had, and I didn't want to saw into the plastic. But yeah, it's a helpful little tool. My parents had one made out of wood growing up. I could probably make one if I wanted to do the 30 degree and 60 degree angles, but it just, this seems easier. So this is what I'm doing. Don't wanna waste too much time here. But yeah, neat little little memory there of having one of these growing up. So I'll put this at 4 inches. I'm just doing rough measurements, I'm not. As long as they look even, we'll be okay. So there, it's at like 4 1/4. It's like 4. So I just marked each side here, and then I take whatever straight edge you got, and you just find those. And I just cut it, ever so slightly longer. So this is the end I care about. So I got my line here, and I'm cutting just a little hair long. Reason for this is I can sand it if it is noticeably long or off or something. You can't add material. I see a miter saw in my future. Okay. I don't remember which end's which, but that seems to work. There you go. I think one more at the top there. Let's see, do I have a little piece? Hey, that might work. All right, let's measure that one. All right, got it all laid out. Let me show you the plan to attach it. So the plan to attach these is to countersink a couple of 2.5 inch wood screws in. So they'll look something like that. I might use a 2 inch there, but it'll look something like that when it's done. And then for these, this is why I got the 2.5 inch out. I'm gonna do 2, but they'll just go in straight like that. So I'm gonna do this one first, get this one done, and we'll work on these others. All right, y'all, here's my setup to get these straight pieces onto this angled piece. I'm just basically pre-drilling, countersinking, and then putting these 2.5 inch deck screws or whatever exterior screws in. So I got 2 more to go. It's looking good so far. Hey guys, I skipped you through a bunch of sanding and the first 2 coats of paint. So this is just a white gloss Rust-Oleum, should look pretty good. I'm gonna give it a quick sand at 400 grit. It raised the wood grain a little bit as I sprayed it, so it's pretty rough right now. But I'm gonna give it a quick sand down, and then we'll put the final coats on it and hang it on the wall. It's looking pretty good. Come on. Good girl. Okay, that's the dog gate done, baby gate, dog gate, whatever you want to call it. It's sitting up pretty high off the floor to clear the baseboards. It's something I thought about, but as long as it's not high enough for the dog to get under, we'll be all right. I screwed it into studs. These corners are a little weird. I think the studs are farther like to the center, but I managed to get a couple of the screws into it, so it should hold even if the dog jumps on it, I think. Let me show you the other side. So you just open it right here. This clears the door just fine. That's fully open, plenty of room, and it's kind of hidden from sight. And then here you can see it's just a standard kind of gate latch. Latches in. And we just got hinges here. 3 screws into the wall, 3 screws into the gate, upwards and bottoms. So pretty easy install. I'm happy with how that went. It'll look good in the hallway, and it's easy to use, and I don't think the dog will be able to get out. The only thing left to do here is to put a stop so that this doesn't mess up the wall. So I don't know if we'll do one of those lower normal door stops, or if we'll put something up here, just like a rubber on this, something to save the wall. But pretty cool. Thanks for joining me on this one. I managed to get this painted and installed without too much of a hitch. Cutting angles in wood is hard, but I made it look halfway decent, I think. So thanks for joining me.